It was one of the hardest groups out there. They've made it look easy. I mean, scored lots of goals. I think Jurgen Klopp will be delighted because when you're going into the Christmas period, loads of games coming thick and fast, just to be able to give some players, some breaks. It's great to get it wrapped up early because it's not been the case in recent seasons. Liverpool have made their fans sweat, but today, or so far this season, they've been absolutely exemplary.
It's a good point. I mean, in the context of the wider season and being able to pick and choose who you want to play in the last couple of games in the group is important for Jurgen.
Oh, huge. And he'll be sitting there and he'll be able to be relaxed now. And the team will be able to relax. And that's a big point because mentally you have to get yourself up every single couple of days when you've got Champions League fixtures coming thick and fast as well. And the last phase of this, the group stages, they can chill now. You can put out a weakened team if you want to, again, put minutes into people, as Crouchy mentioned there. It's a great position to be. It's the dream position to be at this stage.
It's a shame it petered out there, wasn't it? After sort of half an hour or so, we were thinking, here we go. This is
it was, but that's football.
Absolutely. I'll tell you what else is football at the moment. Liverpool winning games of football, unbeaten in 25 consecutive. As we've talked about so often over the last few weeks, it was the wing-backs, full-backs, the last couple of nights, they've dominated the conversation after the game.
Yeah, they have, and I think they're playing prominent roles. I mean, you look at full-backs in the game in the last couple of years, they've been, in terms of touches of the ball throughout the season, they'll be at the top of the charts, a lot of them. Trent, Andy Robertson, a couple of years.
Got 3 assists tonight for City.
Yeah, and it's a big part of the game today. And when you've got the quality of someone like Trent, giving the ball away, Trippier, one fullback gives it to another. But it's great delivery. But I want to talk about the defending here. And I think when the ball gets into these wide areas here on the right-hand side, and you look in the box right now, and you think when that ball gets played back and set back to Trent here, you look in that box and you see 1, 2, 3, 4 blue shirts against the 1 red shirt. How is that possible for him to score the goal there? But when you play it on, and you look at it, and you look at the centre half there. He had a torrid, the centre half in the middle. He got sent off. He was at fault, played a part in both of the goals, but he never at any point attaches himself to Jota. And when Crouchy does his piece in a minute, we'll talk about that a bit more. But watch him in a minute. You see him. He starts looking at other things elsewhere. He starts pointing and looking at things going on the edge of the box, looking at Mane going past the midfielder, when really you should be concentrating on your own job. You see him pointing there? No. That split second gives Jota that chance, but also when the ball's that good, it is very difficult to defend.
Yeah, I just want to look at Jota's movement here because the moment when Trent's looking to play that ball, that's when Jota's on the move. When I used to be in the box receiving here, just when I had this amount of space in between me, if Felipe's not attached himself there or feeling the centre forward or didn't feel me, I always felt I had the run on him. And then the moment Trent's head goes down is the moment Jota moves, and he does it to perfection.
If I wasn't attached to a forward, whether it was you, Michael, who's not someone you'd go, who's going to hurt me in the air maybe at times. Crouchy, obviously, it's obvious. Sorry, let's stop this a minute.
Yeah, this is brilliant, isn't it? When we just take this back, just before we debate what happens on a cross, I just love this little bit, this little angle that we've got on Trent, and we'll just play at quarter speed. Look at him. He's scouring the pitch. He's looking where to play it. We'll move it on slightly quicker. And then, as the ball's coming, he has another look. And then, boom, seeing the picture, focus. Look at his eyes, right on that ball. And
that's what you say there. That's when Jota's moving is the moment his head goes down to strike the ball. He's on the move, getting a mark on the defender, and that's why it's in the back of the net.
You pick your players as well, Jake. I mean, when the ball's coming back, I'm sure Crouchy would have done the same. You know the players that are capable of that. You know what they're thinking, and that's the beauty of having, teammates that you know well. As soon as they get the ball, I had it with Steven Gerrard. Was probably the one person in my career, if I had to say one player that I knew what he was thinking and he knew what I was thinking, it was him. As soon as he got the ball, it was just almost telepathic. And with Trent, you just know he's going to hit it in first time. It must be an absolute dream to be in the box.
You'd love to have played with him, wouldn't you?
I think the point we were talking about before, as a defender, when you're in the box, I'm in panic stations if I can't feel you at some point. As soon as the ball goes wide and I know that the player on the ball's head goes down to deliver, if I can't feel anybody, I'm in turmoil at that point, especially against someone like yourself, Crouchy, who's got obviously good movement. But
if I got a couple of yards against that, you'd always back yourself.
Yeah,
and
exactly.
Jota's good in the air as well.
So interesting, isn't it, having this system to work with? Because the game happens so fast. Traditionally, we've sort of watched these goals and dissected them. But when you get the chance to slow it down like this, you realise that the world that you all frequented for so long and the world that they're all in now, it is the smallest of margins. It's the smallest of looks. It's the smallest of steps left or right that makes all the difference in this game.
It does, yeah. I mean, moving away from Rio, mentioned it there, he feels comfort. If he can see me, touch me, or whatever it might be. And I'm exactly the opposite to him. I'm trying to get where I can see his number, where he's thinking, oh, where's he gone? Where's he gone? And as soon as he starts looking for me, bump, I'm in front of him again. But I've got the momentum.
Well,
it's cat and mouse all the time. It's cat and mouse.
You remember in training, when we used to be in training, and you used to play no offsides in training sometimes, and it was good for a defender because you had to play with someone like Michael, especially, would cheat and play off, stand offside the whole time. Ruud van Nistelrooy the same, but it made you to have to just look over your shoulders. And for a defender, one of the key parts of it is while the game's going on over there, is to be able to take your eyes off the game, see and look where people are, go back, take a picture, come back to the game again. And you've got to keep doing that to understand where people are. And that little offside that you used to scream at, didn't I?
And half the time, I mean, it is all cat and mouse. Half the time, I'm very aware something could happen in half a second, but I know he's about to look for me, and I can act all sort of nothing's going to happen. Really, I'm just about to pounce. So it's always you're looking at each other, looking at body language, what's he doing now? And this is all happening so quickly, and pictures are changing every split second, and it's all just to get that tiny little yard in front of your man.